joining us this morning to talk about the new The Extinction Parade. Max is the son of Mel Brooks. He burst onto the literary scene with the New York Times bestsellers World War Z, the movie. Now, if that rings a bell with you, Brad Pitt was in that movie. Also, the Zombie Survival Guide. And now, as shows like The Walking Dead take off, Max has created a violently original horror series of comic books and a new subgenre, I guess you'd call it, of fiction. He's got zombies versus vampires. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And, this is a brand new... The Extinction Parade takes place in a world where the zombie plague has put the human race on the endangered species list. And another predatory undead species, the vampires, realize that if they stand by idly, well, that means the end of their food supply. They are vastly outnumbered by the zombie hordes. The vampires descend into an all-out sub-dead war with humanity caught in the crossfire. But I did want to talk to him about... Now, obviously, I'm a fan of The Walking Dead.
Duh.
Don't tell me about... I had to go back to my responsible adult mode last night. Well, the alarm goes off at 4:15, so I couldn't really stay up and watch The Walking. I did when I was on vacation, though.
Did you have fun?
I was one of, 17.5 million people that watched
the premiere?
That watched the premiere of The Walking Dead last week, season 5.
That's a lot.
It was awesome.
It's already on season 5.
It was awesome. They had this explosion. There were zombies on fire flying through the air.
Okay, that's just creepy. This is AMC?
Yes, AMC. Max, good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here.
It's good to have you. Now, number one, you're the son of Mel Brooks. We could probably do an hour right there, right?
We'll probably do 2.
Was it a fun childhood?
Oh, it was joyous every minute, especially adolescence.
Was it really?
What
No.
do you think?
No, not at all. Hey, where did your interest in the whole zombie thing? Because you were into this before The Walking Dead, weren't you?
Oh yeah, no. I was into this when I was a kid. I've been into this since I was 13 and saw my first Italian cannibal zombie movie on cable.
And now you've taken it to another realm, I guess. Now tell me, how do we get into this situation where zombies against vampires?
I had done so much work. I'd written so much on how humans would survive. I realized that what made us so strong is what is inherently weak, if that makes sense. You know, the reason humans are the dominant species on the planet is because we're not supposed to be at the top of the food chain. We're in the middle. Okay. And it's compensating for that. It's overcoming our weaknesses have made us strong. And then I thought, what about a species that has never had to do that? What about a species that's at the top of the food chain and has never had to been a problem solver because they got no problems? And that is vampires. You know, these are the species whose soccer team got a trophy even when they lost, who never had to fail, who never had to struggle. Suddenly, zombies are eating their one food source, the humans out from under them. How are they going to survive? It literally would be like the Kardashians versus Ebola.
Some people might pay to see that, though.
Oh, yeah. No, are you kidding?
Yeah. Now, what do you think is our attraction with zombies? I mean, we've got people watching The Walking Dead. Now, obviously, there's a cult following for something like The Walking Dead, but you've got your average neighborhood, like me, average neighborhood Joe that is just latched into watching this show every week. Why are we attracted to it?
Well, I don't know if you call it attractive. I think some people are attracted to it because they don't fit in society and they can't wait for society to collapse, so then they can become the alpha male hero they've always dreamed of. But I think there's a fascination with zombies in general because we live in scary times. Let's be honest. You know, we've been bombarded with one crisis after another since 9/11, and it's like, come on, God, give us a break. And I think zombies are sort of a safe place to park our anxieties without it being too real.
That's a very good point. I hadn't thought about it that way. We're talking to Max Brooks, who is the author of The Extinction Parade. And now, who works with you on this? Who is your illustrator?
That's Raulo Caceres.
Okay.
Raulo and I always get into it because he lives in Europe. He's a European, very European, lives above a topless beach.
Ah, nice.
And he just cannot conceive of a nation where you can show horrific, violent gore and yet not show a nipple.
Yeah, we should point out that this is a very violent series, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a violent comic book because it's an apocalyptic comic book, and the thing is, I didn't want to spare any expense. You know, for me, I think the most graphic elements are not the violence. The most graphic elements are the vampires coming to this slow self-realization that they're not alpha predators. They're not cool and sexy. They are fleas on a dying dog with absolutely no emotional survival skills.
Wow. Now, how many different stories do you have in this series?
It is going to be 15 issues. 1 through 5 is out. I mean, 1 through 5 is in comic book stores, and 1 through 5 is also actually bound up in a trade paperback you can order on Amazon. But basically, it's going to be their journey into this self-discovery and hopefully trying to adapt, trying to evolve before it's too late.
Now, do you see the Extinction Parade turning into a Walking Dead? Are you trying to shop it around for TV?
You know, I never base my career or my hopes on Hollywood. You know, that's growing up in Hollywood, I think, has sort of made me less than naive about those prospects. I mean, let's not forget, Walking Dead was created, the TV show, by Frank Darabont, who gave us The Shawshank Redemption, who was then promptly fired by AMC.
Yeah, so it doesn't follow any pattern, does it, Hollywood?
No, I mean, that's why I don't watch the show, out of protest after what they did to Frank Darabont, because he created this national icon of a TV show, and his reward was essentially a bullet in the back of the head. So I have no illusions about Hollywood.
Now, are you working on other projects, or is this, have you found your niche?
Well, I don't know about my niche. I mean, Extinction Parade is not going to be an ongoing series. It has to have a hard ending. In fact, I thought of the ending before I thought of the whole series. So this will be ending within a year or two. So there's that I'm working on. And now I'm also I have another graphic novel that just came out that I did sell the movie rights for, and so I'm cautiously writing the screenplay for that.
All right. Max Brooks, he's the author of The Extinction Parade, and was it 1 through 5 are available in comic book stores now?
Yeah, available at comic book stores, and the trade paperback of 1 through 5 is available on Amazon.
All right. Max, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a great day.